from Weatherford College, 9 home runs last year, 48 RBIs. Hopefully he can replace some of the power that Schneider had over there.
Big left-handed hitting first baseman Dayton Taki. The player to watch today, brought to you by OU Health, proud to be Oklahoma's flagship academic health system. How about your Riverwind Casino keys to the game in the opener today, Rich?
Well, I'm going to go with the usual, the pitching and defense. Interested to see how the outfield's going to play. Obviously replacing Madron and Kendall Pettis out there, and obviously Walk played about half the year last year. But interested to see how these guys play out there and run balls down, especially on a windy day like today.
Lots of speed out there for sure with Harris, Walk, and Christensen. Riverwind Casino is always a good time. Kyson Witherspoon going through his top of the first inning warm-up pitches. Let's introduce you to our umpires today, brought to you by the Cavens Group. Jeff Head is our home plate umpire for the season opener. Justin Robinson at first, Ben Levin at second, and Ronnie Teague is at third. Cavens Group, if you have a water emergency or mold issue at your home, give Cavens Group a call. 405-573-3048. Available 24 hours a day. This has been the Sooner Baseball pregame show presented by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. It's good to see number 26 on the mound again, Kyson Witherspoon. Preseason All-SEC, preseason All-American, Team USA in the offseason. And big things, Rich, expected from this young man as the Sooners ace going into this year.
Yeah, had a really great year last year and obviously a good summer. I expect him to, take off right where he left off last year and control that fastball and be able to dominate some hitters and get a bunch of strikeouts.
And he'll start by facing probably Lehigh's best player here. Jake Whitlinger's their center fielder. Right-handed hitter, batted .319 for them a year ago. Witherspoon, a deep sigh on the mound, comes set at the belt. Long look in, now kicks and fires, and the first pitch of the season is a fastball at 97 off the plate for ball one. You're going to see a lot of that out of this pitching staff this year, Rich. Skip has reloaded, and he has reloaded with a whole bunch of power arms. We're going to see 95-plus many times out of several different Sooners on this staff. The 1-0 is popped up foul and out of play off to the right. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's amazing the talent and the arm strength that this staff has. It's, heck, when I played, 93 was hard. Now everybody's throwing 95 plus.
Maybe their hardest thrower won't be with them for a bit. Dylan Tate is injured and will miss the first 5 to 6 weeks of the season. He's a transfer. 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball in there for a strike, and that's where it's not fair right there. Dylan Tate out for a bit, but will be expected to be a back end of the bullpen guy that can scare 100. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Jake Whitlinger, a senior out of Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Here's the pitch. Grounded slowly to the right side. Taki has it. He'll flip to Witherspoon covering. The season starts with a little PFP, and the Sooners execute it perfectly for out number 1.
Yeah, good pitch there. He jammed him. Good play by Talkie, going to play the ball first. A lot of first basemen will run away from that ball and can count on the second baseman to get in there and catch it. But that's a good job by Talkie, making a good feed to Witherspoon.
Dom Patrizzi now, shortstop, right-handed hitter, junior out of Marlton, New Jersey. Seldom used a year ago, a 132 batting average. Takes a first pitch just off the plate. That didn't miss by much. Ball 1. But Treasy, just 53 at-bats a year ago. No homers, a couple of runs batted in. 1 out, nobody on. Witherspoon's 1-0 to the plate is a strike at the knees at 96. Defense for the Sooners, Harrison left, Walk in center, Christensen in right. On the infield, Willis at third, Willits at short. Branch at second, Taki at first, Carmichael the catcher. Here's the 1-1. Outside with a bender. Sooners going with the traditional home pinstripes for the season opener. Those white unis with the crimson pinstripes and the crimson interlocking OU on the left chest. Crimson numerals front and back, crimson hat. Interlocking OU in white on the front of that lid. 2 balls and a strike to Patrizzi. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. Great breaking ball there, 2-2.
Yeah, power slider, 89. That's tough to hit, especially when you're not used to seeing arms like this.
Lehigh, brown and white are their colors. They got the brown unis with the white pants today. Here's the 2-2 to Patrizzi. Swing and a miss at a fastball. And Kyson Witherspoon, who had 90 strikeouts a year ago, has his first of 2025. Weather a factor today. In fact, that's why we're playing 2 games, because big winter weather front has moved into the Oklahoma area, as you are well aware, in all likelihood. Our game day weather brought to you by News 9. It is right now 49 degrees here at Mitchell Park, but the feels-like temperature is 42 because of a big south wind. Ryan Cochran, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on, takes a first pitch strike. 22 miles an hour out of the south-southeast right now, and that means it's blowing out to left. So we got a cold day with the wind blowing out, Rich. You don't see that very often.
No, definitely not.
The 0-1 to Cochran is a breaking ball in there, strike 2.
Yeah, usually when it's blowing like this out of the south, it's 70-plus degrees, if not hotter.
It's April or May. Cochran, a .305 hitter last year, no homers, 13 driven in. Another righty. 2 outs, nobody on. Witherspoon with the sun shining. The 0-2 just outside. Cochran didn't offer at that 98 on the radar.
That's a good pitch, trying to get him to chase.
Cochran, a junior from Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. Trying to keep the top of the first alive for the Mountain Hawks. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back. Went fastball again. Brown jerseys, white pants, brown hats in the field, but a white batting helmet for Lehigh. And the unis say Lehigh in block white lettering across them. White numerals front and back. If you've listened to me for any length of time, you know that I hate it when the visiting team wears white pants. And Lehigh coming out of the gates inauspiciously here in 2025. 1-2 outside. He doesn't offer. 2-2.
I agree. Away team should always wear the gray.
Yeah, I wonder what gray and brown looks like together, though. That may not be an option for them. I'm not sure.
Maybe a bad look.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first inning of the year. Witherspoon kicks and fires and got him. Looking. Locked him up with a bender. And it's 1-2-3 for Kyson Witherspoon to start the year. Sooners grabbing the bats for the first time when we come back in Norman. No score in the second. Justin Butler at first. Owen Wellwonder is the catcher, and the pitcher is a right-hander, Marcus Danchison. Where's number 32, Danchison? 2-4 record with a 3.42 ERA last year. He made 6 starts for them. And he'll start by facing Sooner leadoff man, the speedy Jason Walk. Switch hitting center fielder. Sophomore now, Walk from Ackworth, Georgia. And the first pitch to him is taken inside for a ball. Walk showed bunt, but pulled the bat back. Jason, a year ago, 281 average. He made 33 starts. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had little bit of pop too, Rich. He had 3 home runs, 19 driven in.
Yeah, he's got some pop for a smaller guy.
The 1-1 is well outside.
Heck, he may be able to go oppo on a day like today.
He homered from both sides of the plate in those 3 home runs. Sooners go switch hitter at the first 2 hitters. Jackson Willits on deck. Ground ball to second, right at Cochran. He's up with it. And Walk is retired 4-3. And here comes Willits. Jackson Willits sporting a new number this year. Last year he was 77 in honor of his dad. Now, I got to find out the story, but this year Jackson is in 7 and Reggie is wearing 77. So I don't know if Dad said, give me the number back.
Dad said, give me that back.
Jackson wearing just 7 this year. First pitch is a called strike at 87 miles an hour. This kid's special. He got better and better and better as the year went along. Hit 268 with 10 homers last year. Swings and pops that foul, 0-2.
Yeah, most of those were in the second half. Seemed like after that Oklahoma State series, he got going and didn't stop the rest of the year.
His first home run came against the Cowboys. He ended up homering 3 times against them in Stillwater. And you're right, all 10 of his home runs were in the back half of the season. Takes it inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All 10 of his home runs were also hit left-handed. We'll see if the right-handed he starts to show a little more power this year, perhaps. He's batting left-handed here against the right-handed throwing Marcus Danchison. The 1-2 is just off the plate outside. Danchison went into his celebratory strikeout walk, but didn't get the call. It's 2-2.
Yeah, he wanted that one. I don't think the catcher did a very good job helping him out there.
Carmichael on deck. The 2-2 to Willits is a late swing and a foul right over the head of Carmichael in the on-deck area to stay alive. Willits looks like he's put on a little bit of weight room muscle in the offseason. Looks a little bit bigger in that uniform. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to left. That's going to stay in the park, but today you got to keep an eye on these. Drifting back just shy of the warning track is Ryan Davis, and he's got it for out number 2. In the air to left today is a threat to leave. He just got under that one a little too much.
Yeah, he didn't even hit that very good, and Davis caught it in front of the track.
Easton Carmichael now with 2 outs and nobody on. Great year a year ago for Easton. Led the team in batting average, and he lines out on the first pitch right back to the pitcher, Danchison, to end the inning. So the Sooners go in order quickly. And we head to the second. No score here in the season opener between Oklahoma and Lehigh. Today's broadcast brought to you by B.C. Clark, Oklahoma's trusted family-owned jeweler since 1892. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Fall in love with OKC's favorite casino.
Because at Riverwind, we've got it all.
Grab a bite at one of our many restaurants.
Or sip and spin at our high stakes area.
And the Showplace Theater at Riverwind is the hottest spot for live music.
Shoot your shot at our $80,000 Cupid's Quest giveaway.
For the best gaming and unforgettable entertainment.
It's gotta be Riverwind.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, just took the Tacoma off-road, deep into the woods, got to this hidden campsite only it could reach.
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Hey, wait, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Yeah, thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
Whether Brahms is your stop for a burger and ice cream or weekly trip for groceries from the fresh market, Brahms is proud to be a part of your family's tradition. Brahms Farm Fresh for over 50 years, proud partner of Sooner Athletics. No scores, we head to the second. It'll be Justin Butler, the first baseman, leading off for Lehigh. Right-handed hitter, senior out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Butler, a regular a year ago, hit 269, 11 home runs, led the team last season. Big power here. 46 runs batted in. He was their top RBI guy as well. And he swings out of his shoes and comes up empty. Strike one. He's trying to elevate something from Kyson Witherspoon here and get the Mountain Hawks on the board. The 0-1 pitch is low and away. Well, we got a few rule changes or tweaks anyway to college baseball this year we need to tell you about. And if you're in the stadium with us, one you might notice right away is at first base. Before that, here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Again, a high fastball. The double base here, Rich, in the SEC this year. And it is half white, half green. So the regular base that is in fair territory is white. There is also an identical base attached to it in foul territory that is green. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He locked him up on a breaking ball. 3 straight strikeouts for Witherspoon. What do you think? Do you like this rule or not?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the safety part of it, but, I guess I'm still old school and just want one base. But, it keeps the guy in the runner's lane. It helps, keep runners from getting into fair territory and having calls like we've had against us before.
It is a little bit complicated, and I'll try to explain it to you as best I understand it. We had a preseason Zoom call with the head of umpires of the SEC. First pitch to Aiden Quinn. The DH is a swing and a miss. Quinn is a Coastal Carolina transfer. A couple of years ago, he hit 283 last year for Lehigh. A lefty here. First left-handed hitter to face Kyson today. And the 0-1 pitch is high. So on any kind of ground ball in the infield, the first baseman can only step on the white base, and the runner can only step on the green base. If it's a play at first, the runner has to use the green base and the fielder has to use the white base. If either touches the wrong base, it's either an out or safe. There's a called strike to Quinn, depending on who committed the infraction. Now, if it's a single to the outfield or a double to the wall, then that doesn't matter. Obviously, the hitter or runner can step on the white base because there's no bang-bang play at first. There are a couple of other situations where it is fluid. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 in a row for Kyson Witherspoon. He's cooking early here. If a throw takes the first baseman into foul territory, let's say there's a bunt attempt or the catcher ends up having to make a play, and the throw takes the first baseman into foul territory. In that occasion, just to avoid a collision, the umpire has the prerogative at first to allow both the first baseman and the runner to use the alternate side of the bag to avoid a collision. For example, let's say Taki has to go into foul territory to catch a ball. Then he would be allowed to use the green base, and the runner could try to avoid him by using the white base. It's all about safety. Strike one called to Rafael Rogers. Right-handed hitting third baseman. Swing and a miss, 0-2. But 90% of the time, Rich, it's going to be a ground ball in the infield.
Right.
First baseman uses white, runner uses green.
Yeah, the only drop third strike in foul territory that may come into play where, Taki can use the green base or something like that. But like I said, most times it's just going to be a regular ground ball in the infield.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Kyson Witherspoon, 5 in a row. And he strikes out the side in the second. We played 1.5 here in Norman. No score. Today's broadcast brought to you by B.C. Clark, Oklahoma's trusted family-owned jeweler since 1892. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Have you or someone you know suffered a loss to your home or business from the recent storms? Before you accept a settlement, call Brown O'Haver at 405-735-5510. Brown O'Haver is a local-based company helping Oklahomans with claims since 1988 with preparation and expert analysis detailing your loss and insurance settlement. As your trusted consultant, Brown O'Haver can give you peace of mind and make sure you're getting what's yours. Call Brown O'Haver today, 405-735-5510, and make sure they're working for you.
There are trucks, then there's the truck. GMC Sierra, with available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course, the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra, not just any truck, the truck. GMC's continued commitment to professional-grade engineering is on full display at your Oklahoma GMC dealers. Come take a test drive today and see for yourself. We are professional-grade GMC.
Hey, it's Mike Steely here for Cabins Group. Has it ever happened to you? You get home from the weekend, you arrive back at work on Monday, and your office is full of water. Not good. Now we're in that time of the year where pipes or sprinkler lines will freeze, and this can lead to a ton of damage to your home or business. Plus, if it's not cleaned up properly, that can lead to even more costly repairs in the future. Call Cabins Group today at 405-573-3048 or visit cavinsgroup.com.
Bob Ford is proud to honor service members through the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, go to bobmoreford.com/hero. No score, bottom two. Sam Christensen will lead off for OU. Here's one of the new guys, the right fielder. Takes a breaking ball low. Really has come on in the spring, Rich. We were talking to Skip earlier this week. He has been impressed with this young man. 1-0 is hit hard. Deep right center field, headed for the alley. Whitlinger back to the wall, and it's off the wall. Extra bases, it bounds away. Rounding second and into third goes Christensen, and his first hit as a Sooner is a triple. And he didn't miss a homer by much.
No, right on cue. Off the top of the center field fence, just below the OU on the batter's eye. And you can tell that Whitlinger's not used to playing in a wind like this. He took a bad route on that. Still don't think he would have caught it, but when you don't play in wind like this very often, it's tough.
And that was not wind dated at all. That was into the crosswind there.
Yeah, he smoked that ball.
Dawson Willis now with a chance for the first RBI. Ground ball to short, and he'll drive it in. Patrizzi up, throws him out. In to score is Christensen, and it's 1-0 Sooners. First pitch swinging. Willis a ground out, but he gets the job done.
And that's a good piece of hitting right there by Willis. Just all you need, the infield playing back, just ground ball, get him in from third, less than 2 outs.
Dayton Taki now. This was your player to watch for this game. First baseman this year for OU. The lefty takes the first pitch in the dirt. He's a junior from Fort Worth, Texas. Weatherford Junior College product. Big boy. Taki, 6'2", about 230, 225, 230. He looks like you want a first baseman to look, Rich. Outside 2-0.
Yeah, for sure. He's kind of built like Snyder. Big, strong. Hopefully he can put up the same type of numbers.
Yeah, they need him to be a power guy this year. They need some home runs, and Taki's a guy that can deliver them, and he lashes at that one and hits it out of play 2-1. Skip Johnson says he's a very good bad ball hitter, meaning it doesn't have to be over the middle of the plate for him to make contact.
Is he going to be Vladimir Guerrero bad ball hitter?
Well, we're about to find out, I guess. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball to left. That's got a chance. Back to the track. Davis, he's at the wall. It's gone! Dayton Taki saw Sam Christensen's triple in his first Sooner at bat and said, I'll do you one better. A home run for Dayton Taki in his first career at bat at Oklahoma. And it's 2-0 OU.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for him. He put a good swing, that pitch on the outer half, and he drove that ball. That was more of a line drive than a fly ball. And that's
the opposite way.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for from him. Like you were talking about, we got a lot of power to replace in this lineup.
Hey, if you can do that at this field, you're going to hit a whole lot of home runs. A lefty that can serve one the other way.
Yeah.
First pitch is outside to Trey Gamble as the parade of newcomers continues here. Gamble, a left-handed hitting junior out of Alpine, Utah. 1-0 is low, 2-0. Salt Lake Community College for Gamble. And his first Sooner at-bat. He got the nod at DH. I'm going to guess we're going to see Muddler behind the plate in game 2. There's a fastball strike, 2-1. It has gone final in Arlington. Clemson has defeated Oklahoma State 6-5. Swing and a miss by Gamble. It's 2-2. Arkansas and Washington State tied 1-1 in Fayetteville. They're in the 9th inning in that one. 2-2 pitch is just a bit low. Good eye. Gamble wearing Rocco Garza-Gongora's old number. Number 20, he's also a lefty, so not quite as tall, I don't think, as Rocco was. Here's the payoff, and that's fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Other rule changes or adjustments this year. You might notice the umpires, either watching on television or in the park, checking the gloves of the pitchers this year. Here's the payoff again, and it's high, a ball. He walked him. Starters and relievers will all have their gloves and hands checked at least once, either when they enter the game or when they leave the mound after an inning, much like they do in Major League Baseball, Rich, just to make sure they're not using any foreign substances.
Yeah, no hidden pine tar, Vaseline, all that good stuff.
Kyle Branch now, true freshman, the only true freshman in the starting lineup. He's the second baseman out of Lucas, Texas, and he swings and foul tips it off the bare right hand of Owen Whalewonder, the catcher, and he's smarting a bit. Strike one.
Yeah, I'm interested in watching Branch play. Talking to Rayleigh, pretty good defender, and maybe even better than Nicholas. And as a young kid, that's saying a lot. Hopefully he can get some traction early and doesn't struggle, kind of like Willits did last year in the first half.
Home plate umpire Jeff Head giving Owen Whalewonder a second to let the hand stop hurting. Kyle Branch has a brother, Colby Branch, who is the starting shortstop at Georgia. The 0-1 hit him. Came up and in, and he didn't budge. He wore it. And after a 1-2-3 first against the Vets in the Sooner lineup, Marcus Danchison is struggling against the newcomers here in the second.
Yeah, that slider got away from him a little bit. Caught him in the ribs.
Kyle's brother, Colby, very good player. Started as a freshman last year at shortstop for Georgia. You were at the Diamond Dinner. We were asking Kyle about if he's looking forward to playing his brother. He said the whole family's buzzing about that series. It's going to be in Athens this year. The whole Branch family is excited to go. He said mom's got a half and half shirt, half Georgia, half Oklahoma. Visit to the mound here now, trying to calm down Marcus Danchison. Dasan Harris, the 9-hole hitter, will be next with 2 on, 1 out, and a couple of runs in here for OU in the second. Pat Knight, the pitching coach, back to the dugout. Not that Pat Knight. Today's broadcast brought to you by BC Clark. All right, here's Dasan. Harris was around last year, but didn't play a lot. First pitch to him, ground ball up the middle, got a chance, diving stop by Cochran, flip to second for 1, throw to first, not in time. Harris runs well. Very good play. That saved a run. And they're on the corners now with 2 outs. Diving glove by Cochran, and then flipped it with the glove to Patrizzi covering at second.
Yeah, that's a really nice play. That ball was hit sharply by Harris. I thought I was getting through off the bat, but he said Cochran made a good play and a good feed to short. But with Harris' speed, he's able to prevent the double play.
Runner bluffs a go at first, and Jason Walk, second at bat, takes a ball outside. He grounded out his first time up. He's got Gamble at third, Harris at first. The 1-0. Line drive, center field, base hit. That'll score a run. Rounding second, Harris. He's headed to third. He is there. And into second goes Walk. There's a little chaos for you. 3-0 OU. Just about took the head off Danchison with that one.
Yeah, he stroked that ball. He had to duck. He had to duck to get out of the way. That ball got in center field in a hurry. And like you said, good base running and speed by Harris, going first to third on a ball that was in front of him.
RBI single for Walk. And now Jackson Willits will be the 8th batter of this now 3-run and counting second inning. Fly down his first time, and he takes one outside. Christensen tripled to start the frame. Taki homered. Gamble walked. Branch hit by a pitch. Walk and RBI single. They're at second and third with 2 outs. And Willits takes a breaking ball strike here, 1-1. A nice run there by the new guys. Back to the top of the order now. Walk says, got to represent for the Elders. That one's ripped foul down the right field line. Willits turned on one and just missed extra bases. 1-2.
Yeah, just got around it a little bit, hooked it foul.
No changes in the coaching boxes this year for OU. Todd Butler at first, Russell Raley at third. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chased. Ball in the dirt. He'll run it out. Throw down to first. And there you go. You see it took the first baseman into foul territory that time, so he was allowed to use the green part of the base. But that ends the inning. Sooners, though, University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners. Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, The Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Wonderfolk, and Boomerang Diner. 3-0 OU. And Kyson Witherspoon back on the mound where he has been sensational through the first 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down, and working on 5 consecutive strikeouts here. And his first pitch is swung on and popped up foul over the press box. Just completing kind of some of the new rules this year. They have slightly tweaked the action clock rule for hitters in the SEC. And the hitters don't have to be in the box until there's 8 seconds left on the action clock. It was 10 seconds last year. The 0-1 called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. That is an attempt to maybe keep pitchers from freezing them for so long. Just sitting there holding the ball for 10 seconds. I guess they can do it for 8 seconds. No balls and 2 strikes to Andrew Cole, the right fielder. And the pitch, fastball, didn't miss by much. Kyson thought it was strike 3. I mean, that was a whisker, if anything, outside. Cole, a senior from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. 206 batting average last year. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did. That's 6 in a row. 5 of them swinging for Kyson Witherspoon. Boy, Rich, he is sharp.
He's electric. I mean, that's a really good slider. It bounced, but it stays flat for so long and has such depth and late break on it. It's hard to hold up on pitches like that, especially with 2 strikes.
Owen Wellwonder now, the catcher. Junior from Chatham, New Jersey. Man after my own heart. He wears number 5 as a catcher. Love that. First pitch is fouled back. One other thing we'll point out is instant replay. In the SEC, it is centralized. So in conference games this year, all replays will go through SEC Central, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. They will make all the rulings back there. In non-conference games, the umpires here on site will do it. Ground ball to shortstop. Hey, somebody put it in play against Witherspoon, but no problem for Willits as he throws across the diamond to retire Wellwonder for out number 2. 8 up, 8 down for Kyson.
He figured he'd give up a ground ball and keep his pitch count down.
9-hole hitter Ryan Davis now. The other lefty, 2 lefties in this Lehigh batting order. Junior, Roarsford, Pennsylvania. A lot of R's in that city's name. And Witherspoon starts him off with a fastball outside. Just 2 at-bats last year for Davis. Did not get a hit. 3-0 OU. We're in the 3rd. A hold by Witherspoon. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Of course, you never know until they start playing, but Rich, we asked Skip how he feels like this defense stacks up to last year's defense, and he said he thinks they're better.
Yeah, like I said, a little more speed in the outfield and on the infield for that matter.
1-1. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, with Willis over there at third, and obviously Willits had a good year last year, and they're high on Branch at second.
And even Taki, he feels like, has a really good glove at first.
Yeah, he made a good play on that PFP play. to start the game.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch way high and inside. Davis ducks out of the way. Time will tell. Willis was the National Defensive Player of the Year last year at LSU Eunice, so obviously he's got a reputation. But the OU outfield was extraordinary last year.
Yes.
Madron and Pettis and Spikerman and Walk. Be hard to be better than that. Here's the 2-2. Low and in, full count.
Yeah, those guys caught a lot of baseballs, last year and heck, even the year before. They could go get it. So like we talked about, they might be a little faster, but we'll see how their angles are and, getting used to a new ballpark for the left fielder and right fielder with Christensen and Harris. Harris didn't play that much out there last year.
2 outs, nobody on. Here's the full count offering to Davis. Witherspoon kicks and fires, and a late swing at a fastball, fouled it back, caught a piece. Still 97 on the gun. And we'll do it again.
Yeah, he tied him up good on that one. He wouldn't. I don't think he was sure if he wanted to swing or not.
Witherspoon trying to go 3 up, 3 down for the 3rd consecutive inning. Another 3-2 pitch is pop foul and out of play. And more baseballs for our home plate umpire. First ever meeting between Oklahoma and Lehigh. The Mountain Hawks not too bothered by this weather, I would imagine.
I wouldn't think so, being from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
A 3rd full count pitch to Ryan Davis, and he walked him. Miss low, and the Mountain Hawks have their first base runner of the day. Now, Bethlehem used to be steel country. It used to be the heart of steel country. Industry has fallen on hard times of the last few decades. But it's cold. And if you saw any video of on their website, they have some video of their preseason preparations. All of it is indoors.
Yeah.
Top of the order, Whitlinger, who grounded out to start the game, takes a slider for a strike.
Yeah, kind of reminded me when we had the cages in the old Mosier. The cages down there in the infield of the track came down from the ceiling.
Throw to first was high, and Taki had to hop a bit to grab it. First time Kyson's had to worry about a base runner today. Work out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1 breaking ball strike. Man, I mean, just off the table. That looked like a curveball, 0-2. I cannot wait to see Cam Johnson in Game 2 today, Rich.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
The LSU transfer will get the start on the mound in Game 2. Misses low with a fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So we talked about all these new arms coming in. It's going to be nice to get a taste of what they have out there.
Mm-hmm. Malachi will get the start tomorrow, and that's just to try to keep him on his normal rest. I think Skip intends to roll him out. Kyson Friday, Malachi Saturday, Cam Johnson Sunday, if they would have played normal this weekend. Low 2-2. And he has already said he plans to start Jacob Golston Wednesday night in Arlington against UTA, and that is a great story.
Yes, another great arm.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. And the pitch, late swing at a breaking ball, fouled back. Cade Crossland is another name to file away. We'll see him sometime this weekend, if not today. Crossland is a starter, a very, very good one, and will likely factor into the weekend rotation, honestly, when he's back at full strength. He's just coming back from an injury, and they're trying to work him back up. So he'll get an inning or 2 this weekend, probably. Fastball misses high, full count. But Crossland, the Witherspoons, Johnson, all considered potential very high round draft picks.
Yeah, you're looking at 4 or 5 guys that probably top, 5 rounds.
Taki moves behind the runner at first. Here comes the payoff to Whitlinger. Runner goes, and it's popped up. Shallow left center field. Willett's calling for it. He's got it, and the inning is over. So the Mountain Hawks get their first base runner, but it goes for naught. Kyson Witherspoon still has not allowed a hit as we move to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 OU on opening day. Today's broadcast brought to you by BC Clark. Oh, if you want to know who's doing a whole lot for the state of Oklahoma, look no further than the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. From contributing billions to education, funding medical research, and supporting the arts, they are deeply invested in the well-being of our state. Easton Carmichael leads off the bottom of the third, and he takes strike one. Carmichael lined out on the first pitch he saw back in the first from Marcus Danchison, who is working quickly. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Three 0 Sooners in front. Fly ball, that's hit well to right, but the wind's going to knock it down. In after it now is Cole, and there's one away. Sooners sent 8 men to the plate in that 3-run second. And this guy started it by tripling high off the wall in right center field in his first Sooner at-bat. Sam Christensen. South Mountain Community College for Christensen. First pitch breaking ball is in there. There are 3 or 4 guys that are competing for the corner outfield spots. I'm sure we'll see another face, or maybe even 2, in game 2 of the doubleheader today. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. One of those is Brandon Kane. Christensen takes a fastball high. He is the nephew of Lorenzo Kane, who lives not far from here now. I would imagine we'll see quite a bit of Lorenzo, the major league great, around the ballpark this year. That's hit hard. That's fair. Into the corner. It's another extra base hit for Christensen. He's digging for second. He hits the gas. He's going to try for 3. The throw that way. Slide in. He is out. Oh, a great relay throw from the second baseman, Ryan Cochran, right on the bag. And Rafael Rogers laid the tag to prevent back-to-back triples from Christensen.
Good relay there from the outfield to the second baseman, Cochran, who made a good throw to third. Just able to get him by a couple steps.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Willis now, and he takes one high and in. Dawson Willis got an RBI in his first at-bat on a ground out. First RBI of the season. Tall, lanky, right-handed hitter. Swings and misses. LSU Eunice for Willis. Another guy that is considered a top 100 draft prospect. Slow grounder back to the mound. Danchison pounces and throws, and a close play. The call's out. Our first base umpire, Justin Robinson, gave it a long look. And then he gave it the out call. And that'll end the inning. So the Sooners get a double, but Christensen thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. In the end, they go in order. We head to the 4th in the opener. First of 2 games today here in Norman. It's 3-0 Oklahoma in front of Lehigh. Today's broadcast brought to you by BC Clark. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. It's no surprise that Riverwind is always a good time. Toby Rowland and Rich Hill's back with you on opening day of the 2025 college baseball season. We head to the 4th inning. Oklahoma in front 3-0 over Lehigh. Kyson Witherspoon showing why he is considered one of the top pitchers in America going into this season so far. 3 innings. Has faced 1 over the minimum as he delivers ball 1 to Patrizi. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk through the first 10 batters faced. No hits allowed for Witherspoon. Patrizi, a strikeout victim, the first of 6 straight back in the first. That one is a called strike on a slider on the outside corner. that was pitch number 48. What do you think the total is in outing number 1 for the starters this weekend?
Probably depend on the guy.
1-1 is outside.
You just don't know how exactly how the fall and has gone, and in the spring practices, some guys maybe will throw in better shape than others. So I imagine it's probably different for each guy.
Sure. 2 balls and a strike to Patrizzi, and that one is high, 3-1. Yeah, I would think no more than 70 or 80.
Yeah, I was thinking 75, somewhere in there.
And the cold weather doesn't help. Three balls and a strike. Leadoff man with a spoon, trying to find the zone with this one, and he does. Inside corner. Full count. Cam Johnson starting game 2 of the doubleheader today. 6'6" left-hander from LSU. Here's the payoff. Struck him out swinging. Might have chased one upstairs there. And that's 7 of them for Witherspoon.
Yeah, it's definitely up a little bit, but when you got stuff like Witherspoon, it's hard. I mean, it is difficult to lay off some of those pitches.
Ryan Cochran now. He's got the only strikeout looking against Kyson. And the first pitch of this at-bat, he shows bunt and then pulls it back and takes a slider for a strike. And Dawson Willis charging from third. Talked about some of the rule changes this year. Need to notify you or let you know about some of the ballpark enhancements that have taken place here at L. Dale Mitchell Park this season. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Of course, they are hoping to break ground on the full stadium renovation after this season. But in the meantime, for year 1 in the SEC, they wanted to do a few things around the park to gussy it up a bit. Here's the 1-1. High with a bender. 2-1. Most notable is section 405, Rich, in right field. There's about 125 seats out there right on top of the right field wall now. And it looks really good. This is our first chance to see it since it's all done. The 2-1 pitch. Foul tip, 2-2.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Some great seats. Like you said, they're right on top of the wall right there. There's a few people out there right now bearing the cold, but
yeah,
it's got to be good view from there for sure.
Oh, I think it'd be an awesome place to watch a game. We are going to call at least 1, if not 10 games from out there. We're going to set up the radio booth out there this year. That's with the wind blowing the way it is today. I bet that's not a lot of fun, but when it warms up a bit, that is going to be an awesome place to watch a game. Fastball high, and it's another full count now here. And I mean, you're on the shoulder of the right fielder, basically.
Yeah, it might get a little rowdy out there. Some visiting right fielders and center fielders.
Think of the seats on top of the green monster. Now, this isn't a tall wall, but it's similar to that. I mean, you're sitting right on top of the wall. 3-2 misses low and away, and it's a second walk issued by Witherspoon. It's starting to labor here a bit. At least the counts are going deeper against him the last 4 or 5 batters. A couple of walks.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have as good a control of that slider as he did early on. Like I said, that's just, like Skip talked about, part of getting in shape. It's different throwing in a game than it is in the bullpen. It's a little more adrenaline, takes a little more energy.
Justin Butler now, the cleanup hitter. Strikeout victim first time up. Takes a strike. Left field is party central this year. It's free to the students. They've got it cordoned off out there. It is a students-only area, and it's absolutely free. And you can bring food, you can bring beverages, you can bring coolers, you can bring couches, you can bring ping pong tables, whatever you want. It's they're hoping it turns into a party out there in left field this year. Ground ball up the middle, could be 2. Willits will keep it himself, step on the back for 1, and he airmails the throw into the dugout. And that will give Justin Butler second base with 2 outs. And there's the first error of the season for Oklahoma. It is tagged to Jackson Willits.
Yeah, he had time. I don't know. He tried to overthrow that ball a little bit. It looked like he just play catch and get rid of the ball. Kind of did too much. Ball sailed on him.
Let's quickly pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Two outs, runner at second. And ball 1 to Aiden Quinn, the DH, also struck out his first at-bat. First runner in scoring position today for Lehigh. Oklahoma leads 3-0 here in the fourth. Witherspoon, the 1-0. Swing and a miss.
You know, we're talking about pitch counts. You know, that's, you know, a little error like that costs them 5 to 10 more pitches just this inning instead of being in the dugout.
Yeah, you never know. Could cost you 1 more pitch if you can get it out. Could cost you 20 if an inning unfolds.
Right.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Witherspoon trying to minimize that right here. They've also added some loge boxes and some drink rails and looking nice. Mitchell Park, they got the new SEC flags all around on top of the stadium today. New signage out front. Fouled back. Park looks good. Everybody looking forward to the renovations, but the park looks good. And boy, it was great in the regional here last year with all the tents and the atmosphere, and I think it really encouraged the fan base. They're excited about their team. They're excited about year 1 in the SEC. Season tickets are way up this year. Here's the 1-2. That's upstairs. Yeah, there's a lot of enthusiasm right now for what Skip Johnson is doing with this baseball program.
Yeah, it'd be great if we can, you know, get back, host another regional, and go on from there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Butler, the runner at second. Here's the pitch to Quinn, and he struck him out swinging to end the inning. Make it 8 Ks now for Kyson Witherspoon. And he strands another runner. Bottom 4 we go in the first of 2 today here at L. Mitchell Park. It's 3-0 Sooners in front. Today's broadcast brought to you by B.C. Clark, Oklahoma's trusted family-owned jeweler since 1892. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Have lunch at Norman's favorite hidden treasure, Midway Deli, tucked away at the corner of Chautauqua and Eufaula. We may be a little hard to find, but we're even.
OU Community Outreach Partners, Fowler Auto Group, OU Health, OG&E, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. Playing a doubleheader today on this opening day of the 2025 college baseball season. And Oklahoma in game 1 leading 3-0 over Lehigh, bottom 4th inning. First pitch to Dayton Taki is a good curveball in there for a strike from Marcus Danchison. Taki homered in the second in his first Sooner at bat. He homered to left field. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. A couple of score updates from around college baseball. First, the 1-1. High. They are they're going to the bottom of the 10th in Fayetteville. Washington State now up 2-1. On the Razorbacks in Arkansas season opener. 3 balls and a strike to Taki. Oh, he's thrown his bat aside. He thought it was ball 4, but it's not. It's 3-1. That's always embarrassing, Rich. You never did that, did you?
Not that I can remember.
There was a called strike in there. Taki's really trying to talk Jeff Head into the fact that was ball 4, but he's wrong. It's 3-1. Everybody's ready now. There's a strike called inside corner. Now it's 3-2. And Texas Tech has been defeated in their season opener today. There's ball 4. You can safely take a jog down to first now. That's the second walk for Marcus Danchison. get you that Texas Tech final here in a second. They lost to North Carolina. I believe it was 5-1. Trey Gamble walked and scored back in the second. Taki at first base. Ball 1 to Gamble. There will be approximately 45 minutes between games today. Swing and a miss. Big cut. 1 ball and 1 strike. And we will obviously play game 2 very much under the lights tonight. You would imagine most of it, if not all of it. 2 o'clock tomorrow for the finale. Outside, delayed steal attempt by Taki, and he's in there. Caught the Mountain Hawks sleeping a little bit. First stolen base of the year for OU from maybe an unexpected source.
Yeah, good job on the delay there. A lot of guys go too soon. You usually take 3 shuffles and then go, catch, like you said, catch a catcher sleeping. He did a good job hanging on to that last shuffle and getting there.
2 balls and a strike to Gamble. And it's 3-1 now. And Danchison struggling with his control here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, it was 5-1 North Carolina over Tech today in Chapel Hill.
Gamble should be looking to get something out front.
3-1 is inside. He walked to back-to-back walks to start the 4th. 2 on, nobody out for Kyle Branch. Well, another reason season tickets are way up is because of the schedule this year, Rich, which is it's foot 10 right-handed senior Jack Hamilton out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. 6'10", Rich.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Kind of all over the place, not a real fluid, a herky-jerky motion. A lot of times those guys are pretty tough to hit.
He was here last year, or at Lehigh last year. He made 8 appearances, 4 starts, had a 2-1 record, 4.08 ERA. It's pretty good. 21 strikeouts and 9 walks. You don't see 6'10" every day. There's a lot of tall pitchers around college baseball these days. He'll face Kyle Branch with 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch shows bunt, takes it high. The throw down to first sent Gamble diving back to the bag, but the first baseman, Butler, was a good 10 feet in front of first, so no play there.
Yeah, he was crashing for the bunt.
Branch hit by a pitch his first at-bat. And the 1-0, he squares again. Takes it inside, 2-0. Now, this is Reggie Willits. This is chaos. This is the kind of stuff you're going to see out of Oklahoma this year. They're probably not going to lead the SEC in home runs, but they want to anyway be really good in situations like this at creating runs. Bunted, back to the mound, well done. Throw to first is low. It is handled, however, by Butler at first. Nice job, kind of threw himself to the ground to block that ball. And the sacrifice is successful for Branch.
Yeah, that was a tough throw for Hamilton. He kind of short-armed it. It's a good job by the first baseman, Butler, to scoop that and make a play.
Skip is out asking for a replay here, and I wonder if this is about the double bag. My understanding is, and he might have very well stepped on the green. We'll try to.
It was close. I couldn't really tell.
But my understanding is if the throw takes you there, it's okay.
Right.
If it's up to the runner then to avoid you. The first thing I think about with the double base is if we had that in Omaha in 2022, Oklahoma would have another national championship right now. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is in my mind. Hashtag Spike was safe. Here's a look at the replay. Well, I don't think he's
blocking the base.
he kind of. I think his foot was on the white, but the rest of his body was blocking the base.
Yeah, blocking the green.
Blocking the green. But it was an attempt to field the baseball. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Rich?
I think that's subjective, to be honest with you. Like you said, his foot wasn't on the green, but he was blocking the base, which you're really not allowed to do anywhere on the field anymore either. So I'm not sure how this is going to go.
Well, here come the umpires. It was a quick review, and the call is out. And I think in an attempt to field the ball, if that's where the throw takes you, it's not like he's set up there,
Right.
If that's where the throw takes you, I think it's okay. But so second and third, one out for Deshaun Harris, trying to add to a 3-0 Sooner lead.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with Harris here.
Try to squeeze something, maybe?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, he runs well, handles the bat well.
Shows bunt. Takes a pitch outside, a ball. Taki was well down the third base line.
Yeah, as a base runner there, that third baseman's going to crash, so you can go as far as he does for the most part.
Pulls it back, slashes at it, missed it. Slow curveball there. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, real slow, looping curveball.
Back-to-back walks to start this fourth. There's a chopper foul. And it's 1-2 to Harris. Harris, a sophomore out of Plano, Texas. Just 6 at-bats a year ago. Had a hit and an RBI. Getting the opportunity to start on opening day here in 2025.
Yeah, he just needs to battle with 2 strikes here. Try to get a ground ball in the middle infield, at least score 1 runner.
Just misses low. Hamilton does. Good pitch there. 2-2. Top of the order, Jason Walk is on deck. Three 0 Sooners. And the 2-2 pitch is outside. Full count.
Yeah, and I just finished this at bat. He's worked it full.
You heard it maybe in the pregame interview. Skip Johnson has been very impressed with his offense leading up to the season opener. Swing and a miss. Got it. Big pitch there by Jack Hamilton for out number 2. And one of the reasons is they have been very selective at the plate. They've had a good eye in the spring, especially for as early as it is. And we've seen that evidenced today. They've drawn 3 walks. That's just the second strikeout. Walk now needs to do something with 2 outs. He drove in a run with a single to center field last time up and takes a breaking ball outside. Another team the Sooners are keeping an eye on today on opening day is Virginia, the number 2 ranked team in the nation. Oklahoma will play the Cavaliers next weekend in Round Rock. Grounded to first, it will stay fair and take Justin Butler right to the bag. He'll step on it for out number 3, and the Sooners threaten but strand a pair. We'll talk more about Virginia, who's locked in a good one right now. In fact, it's going extra innings with Michigan when we come back. Here in Norman, it's 3-0 Oklahoma over Lehigh as we head to the 5th. Today's broadcast brought to you by BC Clark. This is ball.
A great way.
The best place to gear up for game day is the Sooner Shop, the official fan shop of OU Athletics. Visit them in-store on the west side of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium or online at shop.soonersports.com. Thanks for everyone out there joining us across the Sooner Radio Network for the season opener today and watching as well on the SEC Network Plus television broadcast. Kyson Witherspoon's first pitch to Rafael Rogers is low, a ball. The first 9 or 10 games of the season we will be simulcasting for you just like this on both Sooner Radio and SEC Network Plus TV. And around 1st of April or so, second week of April, well, full-blown broadcast. That's about when the very handsome Chad McKee shows up. And we'll be off and running from there. Swing and a miss makes it 1-1. Rogers struck out his first at-bat. Kyson Witherspoon, his fifth inning of work. Fouled back 1-2. Fifth inning, I'm going to guess Rich is last.
Yeah, I would guess so also. You know, he's getting up there, pitches.
His next one will be his 70th. If he can get through this inning, he's in line to get a win, which is always, you know, a coach is going to try to help you in that regard if he can do so safely.
Definitely in Skip's mind, you know, get him the win and get him out of there.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the Lehigh third baseman, Rafael Rogers. Swings and misses. Tied him up. Up and inside, right on his hands. Strikeout number 9. Man.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. It's tough to hit. Like I said, you know, with his velocity, even on his slider, you know, it's upper 80s. It's difficult with 2 strikes.
Andrew Cole now. Struck out his first at-bat. He lifts it into shallow left. Harris broke back, now in. And he makes the catch with ease for out number 2. 1 pitch out, just what the doctor ordered.
I think Harris got fooled on that a little bit. And Cole hit that off the end. I think he thought he barreled it up a little bit better than he did.
Don't you have to break back today?
Yeah, that's your first.
Yeah.
And that's your first move normally in the outfield is first step back. But yeah, like on a day, like you said, on a day like today, it's your best bet.
Owen Wellwonder, the catcher, now 0 for 1 with a ground out. He takes a ball. Number 2, Virginia, back to them quickly. Tied 4-4 with Michigan on opening day. They are headed to the 10th inning. Good one there. And Arkansas rallies with 2 in the bottom of the 10th to beat Washington State 3-2 in Fayetteville. There's a strike called, 1-1. We live in the same conference as the Razorbacks now. Rich, I got a feeling that's going to develop into a fun rivalry.
Oh, for sure. That's a great place to play. Big crowds.
It's the closest geographic school now in the conference to Oklahoma.
You're right.
2 balls and a strike.
Just a few hours.
Those 2 schools have never played really in any sport as much as you think they would have. Football, baseball, basketball. As close as they are to each other. But that's about to change. Pitch is low. Although they don't play this year in baseball. Not on the schedule.
Yeah, we played a few times when I played here. You know, we went up there and they'd come down here. But like I said, it wasn't very often.
3 balls and a strike to Wellwonder with 2 outs and nobody on. And Witherspoon's pitch is lifted into center field. Jason Walk a step in, now back, calling for it, under it. He's got it, and it's a 1-2-3 fifth. We're halfway home in game 1 of 2 today here in Norman, and the season opener, Oklahoma leads it 3-0. Today's broadcast brought to you by B.C. Clark. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Coaches shows, classic broadcasts, all on the Sooner Sports Podcast presented by Allstate and the Riverwind Casino. Alongside one of the all-time great Sooners, Rich Hills, Toby Rowland back with you here in Norman. I mean, if you're like us, it's been hard to sleep this week. Opening day has arrived. 2025 college baseball season. An historic one for the University of Oklahoma. They're up 3-0 against Lehigh here in the season opener. Big Jack Hamilton still on the mound for the Mountain Hawks, and his first pitch to Jackson Willits is a called strike. Willits 0 for 2. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. They've got 1 error. Nothing but zeros on the Lehigh scoreline. 1 ball and 1 strike. Willits, Carmichael, and Christensen, who has tripled and doubled, due up here in the 5th. 2-1 the count to Jackson Willits. Oklahoma ranked in 2 of the preseason polls. Perfect Game has them at number 20. USA Today at 25. Big cut, 2-2. Receiving votes in several of the others. The Sooners were picked 11th out of 16 in the preseason SEC poll. What do you think? That fair? About right? Yeah. Too low? 2-2, check swing. Did he go? He did not. Count is full.
I mean, being a little biased, I think it's probably a little too low, but there's, a lot, like you talked about earlier, a lot of great teams, top 10, 15 teams in this league.
Yeah. Like in every sport, it is a great conference, and it's going to be a lot of fun to follow and travel. All four. Welcome to Norman this year. The baseball stadiums and fan bases in the SEC, remarkable. Yeah, we've been to a few of them in recent years. LSU, the Box, great atmosphere, maybe the best.
Yeah. We didn't play very good when we went down there, but we were there.
Arkansas has an incredible fan following and stadium. Carmichael fouls the first pitch back. Both of the Mississippi schools have tremendous baseball fan bases and stadiums. Mississippi State might have the best baseball stadium in the country.
Yeah, that's my favorite place I've ever played was Mississippi State in that regional in '92.
Carmichael 0 for 2. Willits at first, and he takes one in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Auburn has revamped theirs. We were at Florida in regional play. Sooners started their trip to Omaha by winning the Gainesville Regional in 2022. That's a tremendous stadium. High and inside, Carmichael spins out of the way of a fastball. 2-1. South Carolina Stadium's tremendous. Tennessee, the national champs, are in the process of upgrading theirs. Vanderbilt has one of the most unique stadiums in America. I'm very much looking forward to going there. 2-1 is ripped into left field. There's the first hit of the year for Carmichael. Willits going to try for third. Throw headed that way. He is safe and into second, Carmichael. And they're at second and third with nobody out. Well, that base hit looked like about 60 of them from a year ago for Easton Carmichael. A frozen rope.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. He said he led the team in hitting last year, and you're not going to hold him down very long. And good job by Rayleigh, letting him go there. The ball's in front of Willits, but, watching the infield, outfield, the outfield arms aren't great. So you're going to be able to take an extra base if you get a good jump.
Well, golden opportunity to add to a 3-run lead here. Sam Christensen tripled off the center field wall. First time up, doubled to right second, lifts this one into left. Davis is there. Willits will tag, and he'll score uncontested. And Christensen's big day continues. He picks up an RBI to make it 4-0 OU.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Got some out over the plate, served out to left field, and drove in a run.
1 out. Carmichael still at second. Dawson Willis now 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs. Although the last time up, the replay showed that he beat the throw at first, but it was not challenged. Runner takes off for third. Throw down that way, not in time, and Carmichael stole third. You remember the high chopper last time up, Rich? The pitcher fielded it, and it was close. Willis can absolutely fly, and it called him out. Oklahoma didn't challenge it, but should have. He was safe, but he's 0 for 2 with an RBI and a chance to add one here.
Butler should know better. Don't chase anything blown. If you can't get your foot on it, don't even try to pick it up.
First base coach Todd Butler
missed too.
There's a plastic bag that was blowing across the field. Todd Butler couldn't get it. Home plate umpire Jeff Head couldn't get it. Finally, Dawson Willis, the hitter, picked it up. Infield in now. Carmichael at third with 1 out. The 1-0, he shows bunt, does. Back to the mound, it's a squeeze. The throw will go to first, and it's down the line. Run scores. Willis turns, heads to second, and he's there. Dawson Willis picks up his second run batted in of the day. And it's 5-0 Sooners. And you can give the Mountain Hawks their first error.
Yeah, that's a good job by Reggie, calling for that there. Obviously Carmichael can run, but we saw earlier that Hamilton doesn't field and throw the ball very well to first base.
And that'll draw another visit to the mound here. 5-0 Sooners. I have not seen any activity in the Sooner bullpen. Maybe you have, Rich, but it looks like we're going to see Kyson Witherspoon again in the 6th inning.
Yeah, it looks that way. I know, like you said, I noticed that also. I was looking to see, because like you said, he's getting up there. He's 75, somewhere around there. But it's been a pretty easy 75 or 80 pitches for him. He hasn't been laboring a whole lot.
Yeah, he has walked two, struck out 9, hasn't allowed a hit yet. 1 out. They're going to leave Hamilton in the game to face Taki. Did you see Willis, by the way, running?
He was moving.
Home to second, those long strides. Yeah. Taki homered in the 2nd, walked and stole a base in the 4th. And Hamilton steps off. That's the 1 allowed. There's another thing they're trying to take out of the game this year, which is the lollipop throw to second. Yeah, they've done that to avoid, teams have done it, everybody's done it, to avoid counting as a step off the last couple of years, pitch inside. That is no longer allowed. If you do not make an honest attempt to try to pick off the runner at second base, it's considered your 1 step off in the at-bat. Willis dancing around at second, the 1-0, 2-0.
It makes sense. I mean, technically you're not stepping off with your back foot, but it is an inside turn, and you do walk off the back of the rubber when you make that lollipop throw. So I think it should be counted as a step off.
It was a way to skirt the rule, and so they're going to say, nah, no more of that. We're trying to speed the game up here. So inside, 3-0 to Taki.
Give him the green light.
Yeah, why not? We're here to have fun, right?
He's already got into 1.
He's your big first baseman. Let him take a hack at 1. 3 balls and no strikes. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on. Chopped left side. That's into no man's land. Wow. There'll be no play on Taki. A dribbler. And they're on the corners with 1 out. He's got a hit that went about 400 feet today.
And one that went 60.
Maybe. And that's going to do it for Jack Hamilton. Here comes the pitching coach, Pat Knight. And the Mountain Hawks will go back to the bullpen. Oklahoma has added a couple of runs and looking for more here in the 5th. It is a Serta Pro Painters pitching change here in Norman. We'll step aside. Opening day. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Pro Painters. Call 405-990-8521. So another right-hander in. Kohanowitz, 6'1", out of Windmore, Pennsylvania. Transfer from LaSalle College. And he inherits a sticky situation. 2 runs in for OU here in the 5th. Runners on the corners. And only 1 out. He'll be facing Trey Gamble when action resumes. Well, it's not even 5 full innings, Rich, but the new guys have been impressive today.
Yeah. No, putting bat on the ball, home run, triple. Gamble's walked twice.
Squeeze bunt.
Yeah.
They've drawn a couple of walks. And we'll see more today, I would assume. All right, Cole Kohanowitz is ready. Gamble has walked twice.
a good time to hit right here. Runners in the corners, one out. Hit something out front, hit the bottom half of the ball, and get a fly ball out there. And maybe you can turn it into a sac fly or something better.
And runner bluffs to go at first. Pitch is high. Wellwonder comes up from behind the plate. 1-0. Taki has already stolen one base today, so we know he's not slow of foot necessarily. Pitch is high, 2-0.
And they may start him at some point, especially ahead in the count, and just try to stay out of the double play.
This is a freshman. I need to correct one thing. This is Cole Hanowitz, a freshman. That ball's hammered but foul. He went to LaSalle College High School. That's confusing. So this is his first collegiate appearance here. They were the state champs, Class 6A state champs back in 2021. He was a part of that. Runner goes, pitches in the dirt. There'll be no throw, and Taki's got it stolen uncontested. A big guy can rumble a bit.
Yeah, 2 bags in his first game.
2 for Taki, 3 for the Sooners on the day. Carmichael's got the other one. And Oklahoma's doing what Oklahoma has done in recent years. Right out of the gates here in 2025. Running and gunning. 3-1. Hit hard, right field, base hit, and that'll get all the way into the corner. 2 runs will score. Dawson Willis is home. Dayton Taki is home. It's a 2-run double for Gamble. And the Sooners have put a touchdown on the board in the season opener. They're up 7-0.
Yeah, good job by Gamble there, getting it out front, driving it down the line. Pick up a couple RBI.
Now, the only out this inning was the Sam Christensen sac fly. Still only 1 out. Here's the 7th hitter, Kyle Branch. He's been hit by a pitch and laid down a sacrifice bunt. He's had 2 productive at-bats. True freshman here. Rips one, right center field. Whitlinger in after it, dives, and it's by him. Watch out. That'll score Gamble. Branch headed to third. He might have a chance. They're giving him the windmill.
Yeah.
Here's the relay to the plate. It's high, and it's an inside the park home run. How about that? Wow. His first collegiate baseball game. Kyle Branch, an inside the park homer. And it's 9-0 Sooners.
Yeah, Whitlinger took a gamble on that. Yeah, it's not in this ballpark. That's tough to do if the ball gets by you. And good job by Branch getting around.
Boy, there's a memory. There's a memory. That is awesome.
Yeah, good for him. They're asking for a curtain call.
He's getting hugs all around. He can't hear anything right now. It's not. He is temporarily blacked out, I believe. No, he's looking. He's waving to the fans. Look at him. Inside the park home run for Kyle Branch. Sooners' 2nd home run of the day. Deshaun Harris now. First pitch swinging. Pulls it foul. Harris 0 for 2. 9 runs on 8 hits. Now, this is about as well as you could ask for if you're Skip Johnson for game 1 in every way possible. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's still a 0 in the hit column for the visitors, by the way. We'll play in 2 today. 45 minutes between games. Down the left field line, a looping line drive that'll plop down in foul territory and hop into the Oklahoma bullpen. 54-game schedule for OU this year, 31 of those at home. They'll play 13 opponents that went to the NCAA tournament last year. 4 teams that went to super regionals, 2 teams that went to the College World Series. I'll give you a second to try to figure out who those 2 are. Pitches low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm not sure I could have got it. I would have had to think hard. You got it, Rich?
No, I definitely do not.
1 out, nobody on for Harris. Here's the 2-2. Ooh, again, hit hard, but pulled foul the other way. Virginia, who they'll play next weekend, and Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. I wouldn't have got Kentucky for sure.
And as I mentioned, 4 of the last 5 national champions. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harris. Here it comes. Good breaking ball, but he stays alive. An inside the park homer for true freshman Kyle Branch out of Lucas, Texas. As soon as Whitlinger dove and it skipped by him, you thought, everybody get your cameras out. This could be fun. I went around, tied him up with one there. Couldn't help it. Second out of the inning. Strikeout number 1 for Kohanowitz. And Jason Walk, now the 9th hitter of the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3. Bunts it. It is a fair ball and a nice play by Whale Wonder as he pounces and throws out Walk to end the inning. But it's a big one for the home team. Oklahoma scores 6. The Branch inside the park homer, the big play. And we move to the 6th inning now, 9-0 Sooners. Located just minutes from the OU campus, Courtyard Norman offers affordable, stylish accommodations with tech-forward amenities and classic Southern hospitality. Book your stay today at Marriott.com/OKCNO. 9-0 Sooners as we move to the 6th. And indeed, Kyson Witherspoon back to the bump. He will start by facing 9-hole hitter Ryan Davis. Swing and a miss. Davis has one of the 2 Mountain Hawk walks today. That came back in the 3rd. By the way, yes, we are playing today under a run rule. A 10-run rule after 7 innings. Pitches low, 1-1. And I can say that freely without having to worry about a jinx, Rich. You know, that's an old baseball. Mm-hmm. Don't say it out loud. I'm so happy to announce this, but it's an SEC rule. All games this year are played with a run rule in effect. Foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Conference games, non-conference games. If you're in the SEC, every game you play is played with a run rule in effect. So if you have a 10-run lead after 7, that's the ball game. There's so many times in the past that like 4 people knew what was going on out there. 2-2. The coaches knew, right, and maybe the ops guys knew, but nobody wanted to say anything to the players or the fans because, you know, everybody's superstitious. And then somebody would score, and the umpires would say that's the ball game, and everybody'd look around confused. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle and into center field. And the first hit of the day for Lehigh belongs to Ryan Davis. Well, it took him into the 6th inning to get a knock against Kyson Witherspoon on opening day, but Ryan Davis comes up with 1.
Yeah, and that wasn't too bad of a pitch. He got in on him a little bit, but he just able to muscle it, you know, in the right spot up the middle where nobody could get to it.
Top of the order, Jake Whitlinger. And we do have activity now in the Sooner bullpen. It looks like maybe Jamie hit down there. Ground ball off the end of the bat, foul. Yeah, the veteran Jamie hit, the lefty warming up. He was, at least to start this year, going to be a reliever. Jamie, the last couple of years, has been a regular starter for Oklahoma. Here's the 0-1, low. That gives you a pretty good indication of the depth of this pitching staff, too, because Jamie has had some really good outings as a Sooner starter and has played a lot of baseball, a lot of college baseball. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back over the screen. All regular season games this year and the SEC tourney are played with a run rule in effect. So I like that about this new league, for sure. You?
Oh, for sure.
Grounded right back to Witherspoon. Nice play. Throw to second for one, and Branch can't handle it. And everybody's safe. That'll be an error, I think, on Branch. It looked like the throw was fine. Maybe tailed a bit, but should have been caught. Second error of the day on Oklahoma, and there's 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, good job by Kyson fielding his position. Got rid of the ball quick. Gave Branch enough time to turn it. You'd think he was just trying to be a little too quick on the exchange.
Opportunity here for the Mountain Hawks. Patrizzi has struck out twice against Witherspoon. And we'll keep an eye on the Sooner dugout here to see 81 pitches into his first outing for Kyson, if Skip Johnson is going to let him go much farther here as the first pitch misses low. I have heard from one of my all-time favorite news reporters I've ever worked with in the business, Gan Matthews, today. Here's the 1-0. Fouled out of play. And I think I incorrectly pronounced the hometown of Lehigh. I said Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It is, according to Gan, who, trust me, if anybody would know, it's him. It is not pronounced like, you know, the birthplace of Jesus. It's not Bethlehem. It's Bethlehem. Bethlehem. He said Bethlehem. 1-1. Outside. He said his wife was born there. Bethlum. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I have no idea if that's true or not. But I trust Gan Matthews, so we're going to go with it. I feel like they're leaving out a bunch of letters in that pronunciation. 3-1.
Is that kind of like Louisville? Ooh.
Michigan has defeated Virginia 5-4 in 11 innings. Well, the number 2 ranked team on opening day. In danger of loading the bases here. The 3-1 is a line drive into center field. Base hit. They're going to wave home Davis, and he'll score without a throw. And it's 9-1. RBI single for Dom Patrizzi. So a single, an error, and a single. And the first 3 Mountain Hawks have reached here. And they've scored a run, and here comes Skip Johnson. And indeed, that's going to be the day for Kyson Witherspoon. The indication has already been given. And Skip wants to make a pitching change. Hugs all around, though, for the Sooner ace, Kyson Witherspoon. Outstanding in his 2025 debut. 9 strikeouts, just 2 walks, gives up just 1 run and 2 hits. And he was tremendous. We'll step aside. It's a break. It's a Serta Pro Painters pitching change here in Norman. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Are you looking to make a change at your home? The professionals at Serta Pro Painters can help. Mention this ad and get 10% off your interior or exterior painting from Serta Pro Painters. Call 405-990-8521. 9-1 Sooners. Lehigh has just scored its first run. And Oklahoma is going to a veteran here. Left-hander Jamie Hitt, senior from Magnolia, Texas. Texas Tech transfer several years ago. He's been a Sooner. This is his third year in an OU uniform. Last year, struggled a bit. 17 appearances, made 7 starts. Jamie was 2-5 last year with an 8.41 ERA. 32 strikeouts and 14 walks. Did give up a team-high 10 homers. First reliever of the year out of the bullpen today. He and I'm sure friends going to try to get it across the finish line for win number 1. What'd you think of Kyson today?
He was electric. Like I said, 9 strikeouts. What do you have, like 5 or 6 in a row there at one point?
6, yeah.
It's what you expect from him. He's consistent, power arm. He's going to get his strikeouts. Ate up some innings. Had a chance to get, Skip gave him a chance to come out and get this inning, but obviously wasn't able to do that. But he was awesome.
All right, he'll face Ryan Cochran. 0 for 1 with a walk. First and second, nobody out. And hits first pitch. Off the inside corner for a ball. As we approach 4 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone, LSU transfer Cam Johnson will get the start in game 2. Line drive, right field line. That's got a chance, and it's down into the corner. They will wave home Whitlinger. He'll score. It's a double for Cochran, and it's 9-2. The first 4 Mountain Hawks have reached here in the 6th. And they're at second and third with still nobody out for Justin Butler. Well, Lehigh came into this inning without a hit today. They've gone single, error, single, double. Butler 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, that's lifted over the stadium, foul it out of play. And a right-hander has hopped onto the bullpen mound for OU. Getting loose. That is Michael Catalano, a freshman. Hit with the 0-1. And that's pulled toward the OU dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. Three games at home today and tomorrow. Then the Sooners are going to hit the road next week for 4. All in the state of Texas. Here's the 0-2 to the first baseman, Justin Butler. Downstairs, did he chase? The appeal says no. Sooner fans disagreed. OU will play Wednesday night at Globe Life in Arlington against UTA. That'll be a 7 o'clock first pitch on Wednesday night. And then they'll head down to Round Rock for a great event. Tremendous field in Round Rock next weekend. The 1-2. Got a piece. Sooners will play Minnesota on Friday. Top 10 Oregon State on Saturday. And number 2 Virginia on Sunday. OU has afternoon games all 3 days. 2 o'clock Friday, 4 o'clock Saturday, 4 o'clock Sunday. That'll be a good measuring stick next weekend. Early measuring stick. Here's the 1-2 again. And he got him. Took a little something off. That's the changeup there, looked like, Rich.
Yeah, definitely changeup. Good pitch. Down and away from the right-hander. It's a big strikeout. Runners on second and third, nobody out.
10 of them on the day for the OU pitching staff. First for hit. 1 out. Aiden Quinn now. He has struck out twice. Oh, pinch hitter for Quinn. This is Tristan Crawford, Jr. out of Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. So a right-hander will bat here in the DH spot. Crawford versus Hitt. And Jamie's first pitch is a dart, fastball strike. Crawford last year, 225 average, 7 runs batted in, no homers. Started 9 games for the Mountain Hawks. The 0-1. Ooh, top of the zone, called strike. Crawford didn't like it. He might have a beef. It's a little high. Hitt would love back-to-back strikeouts if he could get one here. The 0-2. Chopper to first. Taki backhands it. A run will score. There's 2 away. And it's 9-3. RBI for Crawford. And on to third goes Cochran. Oklahoma was not far from being able to put game 1 to bed, and Lehigh said not so fast here. Trying to work their way back into this one. Rafael Rogers, the 7th hitter of the 6th inning. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs. Inside, after the 4 games in Texas next week, Oklahoma then returns home again for 5 in a row. A couple of midweek games against Texas Southern and 3 on the weekend at the end of February and the first week of March against CSUN. Couldn't hold up. 1-1 the count. Of course, there's 10 conference series this year, Rich, so conference play gets here fast. March 14th is the first conference series. That is 1 month from today. And the Sooners open SEC play at South Carolina on the road. 1-2.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough test. But like you said, next weekend is going to be tough, and find out exactly where they are, early on in the season. It's like you said, the SEC is a tough conference, all sports. Baseball included, obviously.
2 outs. Runner at third is Cochran. Here's the 1-2 to Rogers. Got him. Swinging. Jamie Hitt comes in and gives up an RBI double, but limits the damage. In the end, Lehigh gets 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-3 Sooners in front. Game 1 of a doubleheader here on opening day in Norman. Today's Sooner Kids Club. Membership includes free admission to over 70 sporting events. A Sooner swag pack featuring a replica football jersey and VIP experiences all year long. Go to Soonersports.com/Kids Club to join today. Oklahoma leads at 9-3 as we move to the bottom of the 6th in game 1 today. Jackson Willits will lead off for the 2nd straight inning. OU sent 9 to the plate in the 5th. They scored 6. Willits got it started with a walk. He's 0 for 2, has scored a run today. Still facing Cole Kahanowitz, the freshman right-hander for Lehigh. 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Sooners. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Mountain Hawks. Fly ball to left with some carry. Davis is back to the wall, and it's gone.
Wow.
He just snuck it over the NCAA logo and left. Jackson Willits had 10 of them a year ago, and he's got his first in 2025 to make it 10-3. Third home run of the day for Oklahoma.
Two opposite field inside the Parker.
Just slid that one over the back of the wall.
I wasn't sure it was going to get out, but it made it.
Easton Carmichael. 1 for 3 on the day. Went too far. Strike one. Carmichael singled, stole a base, and scored in the 5th inning. The numbers he put up a year ago were tremendous. 366, 7 homers, a team-leading 64 runs batted in, a team-leading 93 hits. He was at the top or near the top of the Big 12 in batting average, RBI, and hits all year consistently. Swing and a miss. There wasn't a slump. And then he goes to the Cape. 1-2 the count here. Had a tremendous summer there. He was the MVP of the Cape Cod League All-Star game. Strikes out swinging here, though. First out of the 6th. Really made an effort, Rich, I know, to improve his defense behind the plate coming into this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, offensively, he was, like you said, led the team in RBI and average, and was consistent all year long. You expect the same this year, but he has gotten a little better just watching him catch and throw between innings.
Well, this guy's been very impressive today. Sam Christensen takes a ball. Christensen, starting in right field, tripled and scored in the 2nd, doubled in the 3rd, picked up a sac fly RBI in the 5th. Strike called on a fastball.
And not to mention on Carmichael, he can run. He's got a stolen base today, 12 stolen bases last year.
Yeah. Really good speed for the position he plays, for sure. But regardless, good speed. Went too far on that, Christensen did. 1-2. Big shoes to fill in right for whoever, if it ends up being Christensen permanently or whoever. Bryce Madron was tremendous the last couple of years for this Oklahoma team out there. That was where he lived.
Yeah, Madron's fun to watch at the plate. Great eye. Good back control, good power.
He'd like what he's seen out of the number 40 here so far today, though.
Oh, definitely.
2-2 the count. And the pitch hit hard. Watch out over there in the camera well beyond the Lehigh dugout.
Christensen, he has a physical presence in the box.
6'1", it says. 212. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on here in the Sooner bottom of the 6th. The run in on the Willits homer. And the count is full. Trying to get aboard yet again. Here's the payoff. And he is. It is a walk. 5th of the day issued by Lehigh pitching. Christensen has had 4 at-bats, and all 4 have been productive today. Dawson Willis now. RBI ground out in the 2nd. Controversially grounded out in the 3rd, squeezed home a run and came around to score in the 5th. Runner goes, shows bunt, and it's dropped by the catcher, Wellwonder. Christensen has a stolen base. And I think the Sooners have figured out they can run on Lehigh.
Yeah. You said Taki got one.
Taki's got 2.
Yeah, got the delay steal on the...
4 for 4 now for OU today. Swinging, pulled foul. Of course, it's the glove with Willis that kind of steals the spotlight. Dawson Willis, the Division II National Defensive Player of the Year last year. But he can swing it, too. 7 home runs a year ago, 52 runs driven in. Popped up left center field, racing Whitlinger and Davis. It's the center fielder Whitlinger that makes the play. There's 2 away. Here's Taki. Good job on the player to watch today, by the way. You're 1 for 1. Hit the first homer of the season for OU, an oppo shot in the second. Walked and stole a base in the 4th. Had a little dribbler of an infield single in the 5th. Stole a base and scored. Been on all 3 times. It's a good name, too. Taki. Chopper over the head of the pitcher, but backing him up, Patrizzi at short. Taki retired for the first time, and the inning is over. Sooners get 1 back on Jackson Willett's first home run. And we move to the 7th in the first. Sooner Baseball brought to you by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasting is Coke Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Try and decide. 10-3, Oklahoma in front of Lehigh on opening day. First of 2 games here today at L. Mitchell Park. Jamie Hitt back to the mound for Oklahoma to start the top of the 7th. He'll face 7, 8, 9 in the Mountain Hawk batting order. First pitch swinging is a single into center field. Andrew Cole. And the Lehigh Bats have come alive here in the last 2 innings. That is their 4th hit. Oklahoma Career Tech preparing Oklahomans to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. Visit poweredbyokcareertech.com to begin your career development journey today. Here's the catcher, Wellwonder. 0 for 2 today with a ground down to fly out. Strike 1. Sooners have hit 3 homers, 2 over the wall, and the branch inside the Parker. Every Sooner home run this year brought to you by Mathis Home. Mathis Home, the official furniture sponsor of OU Athletics. Outside. Runner at first, nobody out in the Lehigh top of the 7th inning. On a blustery day in Norman. 1-2 on the swing and miss. A cold day with the wind blowing out of the south is an abnormality for sure, but that's exactly what we've got today at about 20 miles an hour. And it might be worse tomorrow. The 1-2. Slow chopper back to the mound. Hits only play is to first. And there's 1 out. Works as a bunt. On to second goes Cole. Well, Skip Johnson, no stranger to facing SEC teams while he's been the head coach at Oklahoma. I had to double check this, by the way. It has gone so fast. This is year 8 for Skip as the head coach. It doesn't seem possible. But in his 7 years prior to this, he's 38-30 head-to-head against the SEC, against SEC teams. 38 wins, 30 losses. Ball 1 inside a pinch hitter here for Ryan Davis. This is Robbie Carvelli, sophomore from Flemington, New Jersey. Popped it up, foul. Wendell try to bring it back into play. Taki staying with it, but it doesn't quite come all the way back. If you say, well, that's a lot of games, it counts Texas. That helps make it make more sense, probably. Sooners, of course, played at least 3 against Texas every year. In some years, way more than that. The year they went to Omaha, they played Texas about 8 times. 38-30 against the SEC. The Sooners have fared well against the SEC. That's been when they've only played them 4 or 5 times a year, maybe. We'll see how they fare in a 30-game regular season SEC slate this season, and it is going to be fun to watch. Swing and a miss. That changeup, when Jamie's got it going, Rich, can be a very good pitch.
Yeah, keeps guys off balance, and you get those right-handers pulling off. They think it's a fastball. It's a good swing and miss pitch for him, especially against the right-hander.
Cole at second base with 1 out. Grounded to short. Tough play. It'll be Willis at third that fields and throws. Runner has to stay. Willis cuts in front of Willits. And there's 2 gone.
Yeah, good play by Willis. The third baseman take whatever he can get, cut in front of the shortstop whenever possible.
I might just go with Dawson and Jackson all year. You good with that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's if you're listening on the radio, it's not only is it hard to say, but if you're listening on the radio, you're going to have to really listen for that T,
right, to
know who's got the ball. So we'll try to figure out how to best relay the information to you this year. Dawson Willis at third, Jackson Willits at short. 2 outs now, top of the order. Here's Whitlinger, and he takes 1 upstairs. 0 for 3, did reach on an error and score in the 6th. One of the 3 Lehigh runs. It is cold out there. You folks that are listening in the stands today with the headphones, you are brave, loyal souls. Just missed extra bases, Whitlinger. Foul. It's a very good crowd today for the conditions, for sure. We were talking about that during a commercial break. I mean, it is not fun out here today, but these Sooner fans have been very excited to see this team. They've bundled up. And a bunch more of them watching or listening right now, I'm sure. One ball and 1 strike to the Mountain Hawk leadoff man. A little bit high, 2-1. They haven't always been the Mountain Hawks, Rich.
Yeah.
You did a little research on these guys.
They're the engineers.
Until what, 95?
1995.
The Lehigh Engineers. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Do you think some engineers all got together and protested the name and they changed it to the Mountain Hawks?
Said it was a student-led.
Okay.
Student-led deal to try to get a different mascot.
A better nickname?
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 outs. Pitt looking for his 3rd strikeout. And that's a dribbler foul. Lehigh has had some pretty famous alums. Lee Iacocca's from there. They had 3 Pulitzer Prize winners from Lehigh. And a couple of people from the world of sports you'd recognize. C.J. McCollum, NBA great from there. Roger Penske is a Lehigh alum. Swing and a foul tip. Just caught a piece from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They're in the Patriot League, and Army is the team to beat up there. Lehigh has been to 2 NCAA tournaments, the latest in 2015. Had a good at-bat going here for Whitlinger. They also went in 2006 to the big dance, if you will. Jamie Hitt leans in for the sign. Carmichael sends it to him. And now set at the belt. He'll try it again. 2-2. Got him. Change-up. Strikeout number 3 for Hitt, number 12 for Oklahoma pitching today. And it is time to stretch in Norman. 7th inning stretch presented by Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of their restaurants. We head to the bottom of the 7th in Norman. It's 10-3, Oklahoma in front on opening day. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. Well, a new pitcher on for Lehigh. It's a lefty, Ralph Gariano, Jr. out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And because of that, we now get our first look at Drew Dickerson. He'll bat in the DH spot where Trey Gamble got the start today. Dickerson, true freshman out of Lee Summit, Missouri. And this, Rich, was a very highly coveted high school recruit by many teams in the country. In fact, there was much thought that he'd never make it to college baseball. He'd go right to the big league draft, but Oklahoma has been able to procure his services, and excited to see this young man. 6'4", can play the infield and the outfield.
Yeah, he looks pretty physical. Big, strong, probably has some pop. 6'4", good length in his arms, good extension.
Right-handed hitter. First pitch from Gariano is upstairs. Dickerson, 6'4", 210. Played infield in high school. He's ranked the number 2 shortstop in Missouri, number 3 overall player in Missouri. That one's outside, 2-0. Football and basketball, too. All around great athlete. And he's ahead in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes. There's a strike, 3-1. Great frame here, especially with the infield skills that he has. There's a strike, 3-2. I mean, you think of Willis, who is thin, but 6'4", 6'5". Yeah. Dickerson, 6'4". Those guys are going to grow into their frames, and that is a lot of size on the infield, potentially in the future for OU, or now. Payoff. Upstairs, he draws a walk. Dickerson's aboard. First for Gariano, 6th for the Mountain Hawks. And Kyle Branch has caught his breath. He's going to bat again here. Inside the park homer last time up. There's a warning now has been issued to Gariano. Oh, no, a ball has been. He already had been warned, so a ball has been given to Gariano. You can't get set on the mound until you look and see that the batter is in the batter's box and ready for the pitch. There's a strike, and twice Gariano didn't abide by that rule, so it's now 1-1 after the called strike. Upstairs. I see what Skip was talking about. These guys have been selective. They haven't. I mean, can you think of too many pitches they've swung at that were out of the zone today? Offered at bad pitches?
Just one. First pitch to Carmichael's last bat. He was guessing fastball, but got a slider. But outside of that, I haven't seen him chase much.
This is game 1. That's pretty rare. 3-1. Strike called. Full count. Looks like Brandon Kane has moved into the on-deck circle. 3-2 is a ground ball to the right side. Nice play by Cochran at second. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. Branch beat it out, and it looks like Lehigh wants him to take another look at this. They're going to challenge. Cochran's played a slick second for Lehigh today.
Yeah, he made that diving play earlier. The glove flip to shortstop to get the force out there, and that was a pretty nice play. That ball was hit pretty sharp.
So it's our second McIntyre Law review of the day. Noble McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all of your personal injury needs. So this is, again, just to reiterate, a non-conference game, not an SEC game. So the umpires here will make the call on this. They'll go, similar to in years past, they'll go to the replay room at the end of the OU dugout and make the decision on their own. The crew chief and the next umpire that wasn't involved in the play that is closest to it will go in there and make the call.
That looks safe to me.
If this was an SEC game, it would go to Birmingham. You're watching this replay on the big screen. Yeah. That's another new thing this year. Used to not show, I don't know if this is SEC mandated or not, or just Oklahoma decided to do it, but replays, they are showing the fans in the stadium the replays to give them a chance to see or give their opinion. You think safe?
By the looks of that, it looks safe to me. I could still see the ball outside his glove with his foot on the green base.
Sooner Baseball brought to you by OG&E. We energize life. Well, here come the umps. Home plate umpire Jeff Head says he's safe. Good job, Rich. So it's not a double play. Fielder's choice. 1 out in the inning. Branch is aboard. And the hitter now is Brandon Kane. Another guy we're all excited to see right here. This is Lorenzo's nephew. Brandon Kane, first pitch swinging, belts it into left. Backing on the center fielder on the edge of the warning track. Whitlinger's got it in left center field. Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. And even when he's just jogging back to the dugout, he's fast. 2 outs.
Must be nice. When he first hit that, I thought he got more of that.
He was gliding. Kane is a junior, by the way, from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. He's a JUCO transfer. 2 outs now for Walk, who will bat right-handed for the first time. Chop to third. Rogers is there. And the throw is a good one to end the inning. Well, the Sooners get a base runner but fail to score, and we go to the 8th. Game 1 of 2 today. Sooners in front 10-3 in the season opener. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. From Express and Kona Ice. 10-3 OU, 8th inning. Still Jamie hit on the mound. Dom Patrizzi will lead off for Lehigh. Opening day has arrived. Sooners trying to drive a win across the finish line here. And then they'll have 45 minutes before we play game 2 of the doubleheader. Ball 1 outside. I was reminded during that commercial break by our outstanding leader of Sooner Vision, Jacob Potter. One of the top 5 smartest people I know, by the way, about Hawkeye this year. That's something else we should tell fans about. 2-0. Did you watch MASH?
Yeah.
Remember Hawkeye?
Yeah, growing up.
This has nothing to do with Alan Alda.
Yeah, no.
The SEC has invested in Hawkeye technology this season and put it in all of their 16 ballparks. 3-0 the count. It is similar to what you would see in, let's say, the U.S. Open for tennis. The NFL also uses Hawkeye. Think about, though, if you've ever seen a tennis match where they show whether the tennis ball hit the line or was out. It's able to slow, I think it's 120 frames a second, so you can see if a ball's fair or foul, way down. 3-0, 4-pitch walk to start this 8th inning to Dom Patrizzi. And so every ballpark, in addition to the cameras that television is using, these are different. These are 6 fixed Hawkeye cameras, my understanding. 6 fixed Hawkeye cameras in every SEC baseball stadium. There's one on first base, focused on first base. one that's focused on second base, one on third base, and then there's 3 on home plate. One behind home plate and one on each side of it facing home. And those cameras are what are available in addition to the television cameras for umpires to use to try to determine challenges, replays. So, step up in technology. Big picture, or to sum up all of that, is significant step up in technology here this first year in the SEC for everybody. That's not just Oklahoma. That's something new to the conference this year, which is some of the replays you're seeing on the big screen are also from the Hawkeye cameras. Quick visit to the mound for Skip, and he's going to leave Jamie Hitt out there. Ryan Cochran drove in a run last time up. Takes a first pitch fastball strike. Sooners lead at 10-3. Lights are on here at L. Dale Mitchell Park. Not yet in effect, but it won't be too awfully much longer on this overcast day. 1 ball and 1 strike. The runner at first is Patrizzi. And that hit him. There's a little bit of hollering going on out there, but I think the pitch hit Cochran. That was the ruling. And so 2 on, nobody out. Here comes Skip. That's going to do it. Jamie Hitt a little wobbly here to start the 8th. And so the Sooner head coach is going to go back to his bullpen. Oklahoma with a comfortable lead here right now, trying to keep it that way. They're going to make a pitching change. We'll take a break. Sooners up a touchdown here in the season opener. This is Sooners this year. And Oklahoma making its second of the day. And a freshman on, right-hander Michael Catalano. 6-foot right-hander out of Frisco High School in Frisco, Texas. He inherits runners at first and second and nobody out in the Lehigh top of the 8th inning with Oklahoma in front of this one 10-3. Catalano had an ERA of 1.1 his senior year at Frisco. Was named the Texas District 9 5A MVP. He was the number 3 right-handed pitcher in the state of Texas, according to the recruiting services. Top 50 nationally. And another guy that a lot of people wanted right here. Our first chance to see Michael Catalano in a Sooner uniform. Been a lot of that today, Rich. A lot of firsts.
Yeah.
First chance to see this guy and that guy.
Yeah, some young guys, a couple freshmen, transfers. Taki, Willis, and Christensen. They've all produced so far.
Let's see if he can keep anybody from touching home plate here. First and second, nobody out. Butler, the batter, 0 for 3. I'll update you on the SEC scoreboard here momentarily. First pitch, though, to Butler on its way to the plate is a bender that's low, ball 1. (2-0). Georgia beat Quinnipiac 9-1. That game in Wilmington, North Carolina today. Kentucky 11-0 shutout of Lipscomb in Nashville. Mississippi State beat Manhattan 17-3 in Starkville. Catalano needs a strike. Instead, he'll step off and throw to second. Arkansas scored 2 in the bottom of the 10th to beat Washington State 3-2. They'll play another one tonight. Here in the bottom of the 8th, I would assume it's over. Hasn't said final yet. LSU 12-0 on Purdue Fort Wayne. That should be a run rule. Pitches inside, 3-0. Penn State shutting out Missouri in the top of the 6th inning. In Puerto Rico, 6-0, Penn State in front. Catalano in danger of loading the bases here. The 3-0 pitch is right down Main Street. Ole Miss in the 6th up on Arizona at Globe Life Field 2-0. South Carolina has a 3-1 lead over Sacred Heart in the 6th. In Columbia, swings and fouls it to push the count full here. The defending national champs, the Tennessee Volunteers, 7-0 lead on Hofstra in the bottom of the 4th in Knoxville. Game 2, Lipscomb leading Kentucky 2-0 in the 4th. Game 2, Mississippi State up 6-1 on Manhattan in the 6th. 3-2 is fouled out of play. Game 2, Arkansas a 2-0 lead on Washington State in the 2nd. And one more score update. Alabama trails Bradley in the 2nd. In Tuscaloosa, 3-1. Several other games coming later tonight. 2 on, nobody out. Full count pitch is fouled out of play. Now, Catalano fell behind 3 balls and no strikes. He's pumped in 4 straight since then. Good battle here. Mountain Hawks trying to get back in this thing. Here comes another payoff. And he got him on the outside corner. Got him looking. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Like you said, fell behind early. Good job getting back in the at-bat. Finished, froze him with a fastball. Pretty good fastball for a freshman. 94.
That's 13 Ks today for Skip Johnson's pitching staff.
10+ seems like a normal thing most of the time with his pitching
More
staff.
often than not, you're right. Here's another pinch hitter at the DH spot for Lehigh. Edwin Betances. Freshman out of the Bronx. Left-handed hitter Betances. First pitch misses low and away. Patrizi at second, Cochran at first with 1 out. Catalano kicks and fires. And he fouls that fastball back. So here's another one of those guys. We mentioned they're going to jog a bunch of dudes out there that can throw 95 plus. And here's one of them. Just hit 95 on that fastball. True freshman.
Yeah, and you would think as he gets stronger next couple of years, he may add 2-3 more mile an hour to that.
Breaking ball. Good hammer there. 1-2. Back Betances was sitting dead red. And the knees got a little wobbly. One-two pitch inside and almost clipped his back foot. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Josh Helmer and Blake Brewster on the call for you tomorrow of the series finale here in Norman. Got him looking. Back-to-back backwards Ks for Michael Catalano, and there's 2 outs. 14 Sooner strikeouts today. Rafael Rogers. Oh for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Rogers, breaking ball. He went around. That's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball with a curveball in the 70s. Yikes.
With a lot of depth and break.
And there it is again. It dipped under the zone that time, 1-1. We can see Love's Field in the distance here beyond the right field wall. Softball team headed down to Waco today. They'll play 4 games at Baylor this weekend. 2 against Hofstra, 2 against their old Big 12 buddies, Baylor. Catalano throws one to second. 6-0 start for Patty Gasso's team. They won all of them out in Cali last weekend. A dramatic one on Super Bowl Sunday, an extra innings win. Fastball's high, 2-1. And she's got a boatload of new faces, too, this year. So Chris Plank will have the call for you tomorrow of both of their games on Sooner Radio. There's a strike outside corner. They play at noon. Softballers do against Hofstra tomorrow, 2:30 against Baylor. And we got basketball tomorrow, too. That's where I'll be. Behind us here at the Lloyd Noble Center. 5 o'clock tip. Very important game against LSU. Catalano trying to end it. Pop foul out of play. Trying to end it in the 8th, I should say. He came in with 2 on, nobody out. Struck out Butler. Struck out Betances. We had a true freshman, Kyle Branch, with an inside the park homer today. Here's another true freshman trying to strike out the side to get out of a jam, and he did it. Wow. He did it with gas. How about that debut for Michael Catalano? Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And welcome back. Sooner Baseball brought to you all weekend by B.C. Clark, Oklahoma's trusted family-owned jeweler since 1892. 10-3 Sooners, bottom 8. And it's Jackson Willits leading off, batting right-handed for the first time today. Homered his last time up. He has scored 2 runs. And he takes ball 1 from Ralph Garriano. 2-0 now the count. How about Michael Catalano, Rich?
Yeah, it was impressive. You know, freshman coming in, 2 runners on, nobody out, strikes out 3 guys in a row. Like we're talking on during the break, his fastball looks like it's got a lot of life on it.
And it's 3 balls and no strikes to Willits. Well, the Sooners hope this will be their final at-bat in this game. They could end it if they could score 3 runs here. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Willits. Second time he's drawn a free pass today. That's the 7th issued by Lehigh pitching. And now Carmichael. 1 for 4, singled and scored in the 5th. Also has a stolen base. Runner goes. Pitch is taken. Throw to second. Not in time, and it goes into center field. And Willits is up, and he's off to third. That'll be error number 2 on Lehigh. And stolen base number 5 for Oklahoma.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, they found out pretty quick they're going to be able to run on these guys.
The pitch was a called strike, by the way. So it's 0-1 to Carmichael. That one is high and away. I think it was before we went on the edge. You were talking about the Matthew Dunn on how much offense OU has to replace this year. Fly ball to right. Let's see if this is deep enough. Cole drifting back, and it will be now. He came in but then drifted back, and that'll serve as a sac fly as Willits jogs home for the 11th run of the day for OU. And Carmichael picks up an RBI.
Yeah, it's another outfielder not used to the wind. He couldn't get behind that ball. It made it easy for Willits to score. But, like you were saying, losing Pettis, Schneider, Madron, Nicholas, McKenzie, and Spikerman. It's 47 home runs and 259 RBI that they're trying to replace.
From a year ago.
Yeah.
It's a lot of offense. This guy's done a good first step toward trying to help accomplish that goal today. Sam Christensen, triple, double, sac fly, and a walk. Got a run scored, an RBI, and a stolen base. Just barely missed a homer in his first at-bat as he hit it high off the wall in right center field. One ball and one strike. Lifted to left. Slicing, and that'll get into the Sooner bullpen. On top of the bullpen. That had home run distance. It landed on the cover, the roof of the OU bullpen down there. (11-3) Sooners. And that was quite an offensive team Oklahoma fielded a year ago. I mean, they just ran over people in the Big 12 play. Spike, Pettis, Madron, Nicholas, Ball. Willits got going second half of the season. McKenzie was great. Snyder, Carmichael. Boy, they could rake. That team could hit. 2-2. Foul back. I might have to do it a different way this year. But you wouldn't know it by game one.
No, yeah. I mean, like you said, Christensen barely missed a home run. You know, Taki's got one. I think Willis is going to hit. You know, Dawson Willis, I think he's going to get his at the plate, too.
Up the middle, and it's another hit. For Sam Christensen, that's 3 of them today. And he's a home run away from the cycle. I don't think he's going to get a chance for it, but Sam Christensen aboard. That is the 4th time he's been on today, and he's had 5 productive at-bats. Well, Dawson Willis could end it here with a long ball. He's got an RBI, scored a run. Got 2 runs batted in, actually. Squeezed one home and had a ground-out RBI back in the second. Takes ball 1 outside. Doesn't have a hit yet today. Third baseman. Throw to first since Christensen diving back. I'm trying to think of who Sam Christensen reminds me of, just body type-wise. I haven't been able to come up with it yet, but it's somebody. The 1-0. Foul ball makes it 1 ball and 1 strike to Willis. And Gariano's going to throw over to first. He's had enough of the Sooners running. Out of Ruston, Louisiana, Dawson Willis. Out in front of a changeup there to make it 1-2. Dad played football at Louisiana Tech. Mom ran track for La Tech. Brother played baseball for the University of Louisiana. Very athletic family, the Willises. His brother, CJ, was a raging Cajun. Dawson started his career at LSU Eunice before coming here. He's been the only one that's been able to escape the state of Louisiana so far. Here's the 1-2. Popped him up on the infield. Shortstop Patrizi calling. Now backing, and he makes the play. 2 outs. They got a little hairy there at the end.
Yeah.
Now Taki now. Dayton Taki looks like that if, if somebody's going to start some trouble, he might, if he didn't start it, he's going to be in the middle of it. I have no idea. That's just the vibe he's giving off, Yeah. He looks like he's fun. He's homered today. And he takes a ball. He's walked. He's singled. Scored a couple of times. He also has a chance to bring down the curtain on win number 1 if he could leave the yard here. 2 outs. Christensen at first. A breaking ball strike. A run is in. Jackson Willits has scored his 3rd run of the game. Walked, stole a base, and came around to make it 11-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. And the 1-1 to Taki, grounded to second. This should end the inning. The flip goes to the shortstop, Patrizzi, and that'll do it. OU gets 1. Sooners need 3 outs for win number 1 as we head to the 9th. Today's broadcast brought to you by BC Clark. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
07-6014 or at RightWayInsuranceOK.com. That's Right Way Insurance, your trusted partner at 405-607-6014.
Toby Rowland and Rich Hill's back with you. Opening day, we head to the 9th in game 1 of 2. Sooners in front 11-3. And it is once again Michael Catalano on the mound. He'll face 7-8-9. Catalano struck out 3 in a row to end the 8th. And his first pitch is a breaking ball strike to Andrew Cole. Cole has 1 of the 4 Mountain Hawk hits today. Singled in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. Popped it up. Willits backing into shallow left, calling for it. And there's 1 out. Well, we'll have time to talk about it, certainly during the Game 2 broadcast, Rich, but what's your kind of overall feel for what you've seen here in Game 1 out of Skip's team today?
Pretty impressive. Obviously, Witherspoon was great. Catalano's come in and pitched outstanding as a true freshman coming into a tough situation. And like we talked about earlier, offensively, they haven't chased a lot of pitches. They scored 11 runs. Been aggressive. Chaos on the bases, 5 stolen bases. So it's pretty impressive opening game.
A ball and a strike to Whale Wonder, the catcher. At the conclusion of Game 1, we will have an abbreviated post-game show for you. Called strike 2. Then we'll toss it back to studio for a half hour or so. We'll let you know the start time of Game 2 and when our broadcast will come back on before we sign off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are expecting there to be approximately 45 minutes between games. So we'll have an abbreviated pregame to Game 2 and then be off and running with the back half of the doubleheader. Give you time to go get a sandwich or something between games. 2-2, misses low and in, full count. Oklahoma 11 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors. Lehigh 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. And the 3-2 pitch is a chopper foul. Kyson Witherspoon looked like you want an ace to look today. Well, I wasn't too worried about him at all. That's just not always the case in Game 1, especially as cold as it is today. But, boy, he was sharp. Swing and a miss. That's 4 of them for Catalano. That's 16 for Oklahoma. And they are 1 out away from victory. It'll be Robbie Carvelli for Lehigh. Carvelli 0 for 1 with a ground out. Hit sharply to short. Willits has it. Throw to first. Win column Sooners. Game over. And the Sooners take the season opener today here in Norman by the final of 11-3. Post-game show for Game 1 coming up next. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
For more than just burgers, shakes, and fries, we have an entire fresh market for your everyday grocery needs, from farm fresh milk to meats, freshly baked breads, and produce. We also carry a wide variety of our premium ice cream, frozen yogurt, and sherbet.